Hello, everybody! Welcome back to the Salt Lake City Snowhawks expansion franchise here on Madden 25. Our Snowhawks come off a win against a division rival Los Angeles Rams last time out, but now we're facing Kyler Murray and the Tennessee Titans here at home as each team enter here at 4-5. Our Snowhawks 4-1 in the division, though. That's kind of a highlight of this Year 2 season so far, as our Snowhawks have put together a good stretch. We had a 3-game losing streak there going on, but have gotten back into the win column as we have kind of resurfaced, as an expansion team after a hot start, but, still only Year 2 into this process, and we still do have a little bit of ways to go. But we will get there here at the opening kickoff as we are now underway here from Snowhawk Stadium as we try to get the victory here in front of the home fans. Opening return here for the Titans, as good coverage there from Jamal Adams on the kickoff team as he gets that stop at the 23. Kyler Murray, the dispersal draft pick of the Titans, going back to episode 1 when we kind of dispersed the Cardinals roster around the league in order to replace them with our Salt Lake City expansion team. Not the best season here from Murray in Tennessee. 8 touchdowns to 11 interceptions, as the Titans also were the worst team in the league last year. As you'll see, number 1 overall pick Roy McBride at the bottom of the screen leads the team in catches. They'll start here again for Ty Johnson as he's closed out there on the edge, no gain. That was second round pick Matthew Torrance on the stop, and he does come out of here with superstar abilities as we uncovered his development last episode. Now Okonkwo there in motion as Murray takes his snap, fakes it, now in the pocket, and he has a man open there towards the sideline. That's Tyler Boyd as he gets ahead for the first down. Titans now at the 35. There goes Okonkwo again there in motion. And Murray with it will swing it out for him. And they're going to try to fire it back to Murray across the field, but Xavier Thomas all over that, really emerging here in his second season. Interesting play call that time from the Titans. I haven't seen that one yet, as it's now 2nd and 14. Murray out there empty this time. Sits in the pocket, going to fire there underneath for Okonkwo, as he's going to be ripped down there. Good tackle going downhill there from Max Melton, forcing the third down. 3rd and 10, Murray takes the snap again out there empty over the middle of the field. Has a man, that's Okonkwo, the tight end, working there against Micah McFadden and Matthew Torrance as he hauls that one in into Salt Lake City territory. It's now first down. Ty Johnson the back with Tajay Spears out for about 6 weeks or so. And so he'll get his second carry here. That's Jack Gibbons, a phenomenal first season here with the Snowhawks. Signed him as a free agent here now working against his former team. He gets the early stop. 2nd and 8 now, Murray directly under center. Going to fake it this time to Johnson, then swing it out for him in the flat there towards the sideline. Good tackle that time by Jones. Now a 3rd and 4. And in this game, we're just going to go defense. We'll simulate the offense. And then for the next game against the 49ers, our last division game of the year, Murray over the middle has a man there. That's Tyler Boyd again, beating Matthew Torrance there over the middle of the field, then into the red zone. But for the next game against the 49ers, we're going to watch the offense and take a look at rookie quarterback Lucas McDonald, who has had a good rookie season so far. 8 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Has engineered the offense quite well. As Ty Johnson, another carry there, closed off by Dietrich Wise Jr. on the edge. 2nd and 8, Johnson the lone back here. And so get the carry up the middle. Johnson, a nice lane there, open into the second level as he works that inside the 5 now. 1st and goal, Titans. Nice opening drive here, orchestrated by Murray and the offense. 1st and goal at the 4, Murray has a man there, dumps it off. And a good tackle that time by McFadden, only no gain on the play. I was going to say only a yard, but still at the 4-yard line. No gain, good play there by McFadden. 2nd and goal, another pass there from Murray. Has a man there for the touchdown. He finds Okonkwo there towards the sideline. And Okonkwo, 2 or 3 catches on this opening drive. A little hezzy there on the spike as he celebrates there with his teammates. Titans come out of the gate here, firing on all cylinders. They take the lead in Salt Lake City. We'll see how the offense responds, trailing early on. Taking over here at the 30, 11 yards out of the gate there for Kadarius Toney. 0 yards rush there for Trey Benson. 5 yards for McDonald. Now 3rd and 4. And that's incomplete, so we go 3 and out on our opening drive, punting it here. As Ariza down there to the 7, our defense right back out there. Really no time to rest, as we already surrendered. What was that? I think a 12-play opening drive there from the Titans, as they start this one all the way backed up at their own 7-yard line. We're going to give to Johnson on the stretch, and Micah McFadden explodes through the run gap there. No gain. Murray now out there empty, 2nd and 10. Sits in the pocket, fires to the sideline, has a man for the first down, breaks the tackle. And that's Ty Johnson. A big catch there to move the chains deep in their own territory. This one up to the 20-yard line now. Murray takes the snap, gives to Johnson. Another lane opens up for him, as that'll give him 11 and a first down. Defense not holding strong here against the run. No gap integrity early on. Titans now up to the 30. Murray rolls to the right, fires to the sideline, and that one incomplete. We have yet to see Roy McBride make a catch yet. Now at the top of the screen does have that X factor. 80 overall rookie out of LSU was the first pick. Ty Johnson, another nice lane, this time gets 7. As that will take us to the end of the first quarter. The Titans up 7-0, driving here again, although our defense hoping to get off the field with a third down stop. Our offensive 3 and out, our only offensive drive so far of the day. Hopefully we can get it going a little bit more in the second. 3rd and short now for the Titans to open this second quarter here at the 37. Murray faked it to Johnson, rolls to the left, now fires back across the field. Johnson there, stopped at the sideline. I thought he was stopped short, but they say he gets the forward progress as he was forced out there by KJ Britt and Melton. Looks like they were calling there to say they got him short, but that one moves the chains. As Titans move it again on 3rd down, another give for Johnson, and he finds another nice lane, that time for 4. 2nd and 6 now, a minute into the second quarter. Murray gives to Johnson up the middle, another nice lane that time, as he'll get 9. This may be the worst our run defense has looked all season against the backup running back nonetheless. And then we'll go back to him, stood up there at the line and able to bring him down that time, Mika McFadden on the tackle. The linebacking duo of McFadden and Gibbons has been phenomenal so far this season. Murray now sitting in the pocket, has a Okonkwo there underneath as he makes the catch for 7. 3rd and short again for the Titans here at the 40. Murray, that one gets batted at the line. So it would be a 57-yard field goal attempt. Looks like Darius Robinson a little shaken up on the play, our team leader in sacks. And the Titans will bring the offense out here. 4th and 3 at the 40. As Murray does take the snap. Dumps that underneath for Roy McBride. His first catch of the day, a big one. As he'll work that down to the 28. Kyler Murray at 100 yards passing before our quarterback even gets a pass completion. You don't like that. Now 1st down, 28. Give to Johnson. And he gets a few. Murray at 100. Johnson at 50 on the ground already. And now Murray out there empty this time. 4 receivers on the field. Roy McBride that time motions into the backfield and out. And go over the middle there for Calvin Ridley on Avonte Maddox. He gets a few. Now 3rd and 4. Another 3rd and manageable for the Titans. They've been flawless here on 3rd down. Murray in the pocket to the sideline. Again has his man wide open. And that's going to go inside the red zone that time for 14. 1st and goal inside the 10 now. Just over 6 minutes left in the half. Murray for Roy McBride. And he'll be brought down that time against Matthew Torrance. Auburn Tiger there against LSU Tiger. As now that goes down to the 4. 2nd and goal. Murray with it. Roll to the left on the move there. And he finds his man. Touchdown Titans. That's Tyler Boyd. As he's swimming there in the end zone. The Titans double their lead here. A tremendous showing out of the gate here on the road. As the Titans try to work to 500. Both teams here 4 and 5. But one just looking a little bit better than the other. Nice play that time from Murray. Rolling to the, away from his body. And still finding Boyd there in the end zone for the touchdown. Titans drove the ball all the way down the field from their own 7. To find pay dirt again here. 2 yards for Benson. Now 2nd and 8 for the Snowhawks. -3 for Benson. So 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Now 3rd and 11. And we get 14 yards to Tony. That is huge. You get a 3 and out there. That's 2 to start. You're only going to have pretty much 2 possessions in this first half. But we live to see another set of downs. Another -3 rush there from Benson. 5 yards to Mo Ali Cox. Now 3rd and 8. And 11 yards to Dotson. Getting these 3rd down conversions here is huge. And now 15 yards to Dotson. -3 for Benson. My goodness, I think that's his 3rd separate -3 yard carry. As now a fumble, Roger McCreary. And now the Titans have it here. 2:30 remaining in the half. And our offense just finally, we got something going. And then a fumble. I wonder who that was. If that was Benson, man, just what a horrible game. Now we're going to try to roll to the right across the field. And just out of the grasp there of Okonkwo. 2nd down. Now I really hope the defense can get off the field here quickly, give it back to the offense, try and get some points before the half. Brought down after 1 that time. 3rd and 9. That does bring us into the 2-minute warning. As Okonkwo motions out wide. Murray in the pocket will swing it out for him. I think this might be a roughing the passer, as that would have been a 3rd down stop penalty. And it exactly is a roughing the passer. We just cannot help ourselves at all in this game. And that's Darrell Taylor, gives him a 1st down. And that's a huge play. We would have forced the punt there deep in their own territory, but instead, a fresh set. They're accelerated here to the 44. Murray, a quick one there for McBride, makes the catch, gets 7. Bad half of football from the Snowhawks as Murray that time swings it out towards the sideline. Okonkwo already his 6th catch, but only 37 yards to show. Titans still all their timeouts now at the 45, just over a minute left in the half. Again, Okonkwo there in motion. Murray time to throw, trying to break it out. Dietrich Wise Jr. bursting through the edge that time, not letting Murray get out free. Brought him down for the sack. A nice play there from the defense. Needed something, as Wise Jr. did provide that. Now 2nd and 18. As Tennessee takes a timeout. Titans now back in their own territory here. At their own 48, Murray. Going to swing it out for Johnson, and that time forced out by Jack Gibbons. Going to be 3rd down. That sack forcing them out of borderline field goal range. Big play that time from Wise Jr. Hopefully we can get the stop here on 3rd and 18. They're going to go conservative here with a run for Johnson. Breaks an arm tackle. Gets ahead for 7. But that will bring us into the half. We get to stop there at halftime, or right before halftime, but we still trail here 14-0. We had that fumble, a big penalty committed there, as now we'll get the halftime report, see what's going on here around the NFL, as we're now more than halfway through this Year 2 season. We'll start out here, Seattle against the Rams in a divisional matchup, as the Rams up 21-3 on the reigning NFC champion Seattle Seahawks, as they're 1-8 on the year, set up to have the #1 overall pick, where they're projected to select LSU quarterback Byron Snow there to succeed Geno Smith. And now Tampa Bay at Philly here, as the Eagles up 24-14. We need the Eagles to win this one, as we do hold the Buccaneers' 1st-round pick this season. So that's actually the final from Philly. So the Buccaneers fall. They were 5-0 and now 6-4. So losers in 4 out of 5. And now we have Cincinnati here against Detroit, Ohio against Michigan, as the Lions and Bengals there tied up going into the half. Now back to our game. A very poor showing so far from the Snowhawks. Just self-inflicted wounds with the fumble, the penalty. Titans did come out strong offensively, and we just couldn't match them. But we do get the ball to start, so hopefully we can put something on the board. Taking over here at the 30. 6 yards to Mo Ali Cox. 2nd and 4. Penalty against the Titans, as that puts us at their 46-yard line. 1st down now. 1-yard rush from McDonald. 14 yards there for Eckler. You like to see that. Another penalty there against the Titans. Now 1st and 5 at the 26, incomplete. Now 2nd and 5, 5-yard rush from McDonald. 1st down at the 20, now into the red zone. 7 yards for Benson. Incomplete there on 3rd and 3. And we do get the 1st down. Now 1st and goal at the 8. Penalty against Marcus Davenport. 1st and goal now at the 3. And we get the touchdown there for Trey Benson. He hasn't been the greatest running back for us so far, but he is finding the end zone, at least there when we're at the goal line. So now our defense will take over here with 6:36 remaining, as our offense finally gets on the board. Tennessee here in the I formation they give to Johnson, and we close that one off again. Our run defense has really come on strong there. Matthew Torrance on the stop there gets some help as well, as it's now 2nd and 9. 6 minutes left here in the 3rd. Murray, his 2nd read there, dumps it off for Boyd, wins the angle there against Avonte Maddox and gets the 1st down up the sideline. Boyd there working against Maddox, 2 former Pittsburgh Panthers. As Murray now out there empty, McBride now in motion. And he'll go back towards the sideline. We'll dump it off for him. Gets out into space. Maddox can't bring him down there, as McBride broke the arm tackle, but luckily Maddox able to force him out, as McBride had a lot of space there up the sideline, limited to 5, as he couldn't get that angle, couldn't tightrope the sideline. As now 2nd and 5. Ty Johnson there into the backfield, and they'll swing it back to him as he works back outside. And a great tackle there from Melton, working off a Calvin Ridley block. Brings him down now 3rd and 3. Tennessee here at the 48. Murray going to go directly under center here. And they will give it to Johnson. And he's stopped there at the line. Tremendous play there from Darius Robinson, really coming on strong here in his 2nd season. Our sack leader, as we mentioned earlier. And this time a tremendous play. Look at him shifting gaps there along the line as he works across the body of the offensive lineman. Tennessee now on to punt, as that goes for a touchback. We'll take over at the 20. 2-yard rush for Marvin Harrison Jr., 13 yards to Tony. I don't think Harrison Jr. even has a catch so far. 6-yard rush from McDonald, 2nd and 4. 26 yards to Tony. He's absolutely stealing the show. I think 4 or 5 catches for him. 6-yard rush from Jahan Dotson. Incomplete there on 2nd and 4. Now 3rd down. And another incompletion. So it's going to be a 44-yard field goal attempt here from Blankenship. And that one is good. So make it 14-10. Our Snowhawks have fought back a little bit here in this 3rd quarter, as Tennessee will go back on the field. 41 seconds left here in the 3rd. Let's see if our defense can hold here. At least a field goal. It's still 1 possession. As great play there from Mika McFadden. They try to get Roy McBride there over the middle. McFadden closes in on the pass, forces the incompletion. And it's now 2nd down. Tennessee's offense has kind of stalled out here. Our defense has come alive. Especially the run defense. Has another big play there from Darius Robinson. What a game, working off a block there in the run lane. Getting the stop, limiting that to just 2 yards. Now 3rd and 8 here. As the final seconds trickle down here in the 3rd quarter. They do call a snap here. Murray over the middle, almost intercepted there by Jack Gibbons in his hands. Already 2 interceptions on the season for our linebacker, as they're going to have to punt here before the end of the quarter. And our Snowhawks will start with it to start the 4th here. Going to start at the 33-yard line. 1st and 10, 3 yards for Benson. 2nd and 7, 5-yard rush for Harrison Jr. He's not getting involved in the passing game, so I guess we're just going to hand it off to him. Instead, 3rd and 3 now. A penalty against Mo Ali Cox. Back him up 5. Now 3rd and 8 instead. And we got 11 yards to Mo Ali Cox, so he rewrites his wrong. Now 6-yard reception for Kerry Blassingame. 2nd and 4. We get 5 yards to Tip Ryman. 5 yards for Benson out of the backfield. 2nd and 5. 6 yards for Benson. Now 1st down at the 32. And we're intercepted. Harold Landry, known more for his pass rushing prowess, but a game-changing interception there. Thought we would have a drive there to take the lead, but Harold Landry had other plans. So a fumble and an interception now, as we're -2 in the turnover differential. Last week against Los Angeles, we won that game in overtime. We were +5 in the turnover differential, and still it took to overtime for that game to be settled. Now trailing in the turnover margin this week, as that was just a 1-yard rush. Now Murray, 2nd and 9, drop back, and that's Caleb Patton, the rookie D tackle. So we have Darius Robinson, a 2nd-year man. Now Caleb Patton, the rookie. He led the team in sacks during the preseason, 4th-round pick out of San Diego State. Out there as our speed rusher, working really well here with Darius Robinson. We might have a nice tandem there on the interior going forward. Now 3rd and 13, Murray. Big play there underneath for Calvin Ridley, I believe that is. He's stopped there, a sandwich tackle. Maddox on the charge, as the Salt Lake City defense has been flawless here in the 2nd half. They force another punt. Now it'll be up to the offense to put together a clean drive, hopefully. Touchback back at the 22-yard rush for McDonald. 2nd and 8, 5 yards to Benson. Now 3rd and short, we get the 1st down. McDonald another 5 yards. 6 yards for Benson. 3 yards for Benson. Now 3rd and 2. And we get just enough there. A 2-yard rush, 1st down. Penalty there against Jelani Tavai. And now Salt Lake City here at the 37. 6 yards for Benson. And then -3, the classic -3 rush there for Benson. Now 3rd and 7. And we get 28 yards to Austin Eckler, his 2nd big catch today. And he's really proven to be a nice free agent acquisition. Now 1st and goal at the 5. 2 yards for McDonald. Then -3 from Benson again. That's like his 4th or 5th -3-yard rush. So we have a 3rd and goal now at the 6. And we get the touchdown to Kadarius Toney. We take the late lead, as we're now up 17-14, 2:27 remaining. 2:23 now after the kickoff. And let's see if the defense can put this one home. 2:23 left for the Titans. They jumped up 14-0, but since Salt Lake City has gone on a 17-0 run of their own. Murray, the drop back here. Clean pocket as they'll try to work to the right. Gets past Wise Jr. down to the 2nd level. Matthew Torrance there to bring him down, but 13 yards for Murray. And that does bring us to the 2-minute warning. So 3 timeouts for the Titans at the 43. And miscommunication there as he tried to get McBride over the middle underneath, and that one went to his feet behind him. Murray takes responsibility, taking accountability for that miscue, as it's now 2nd and 10. Tyler Murray, and that time completes it to Tyler Boyd. I thought that one hit the dirt, but Boyd able to secure that one, working against Avonte Maddox in close proximity, as it's now 3rd and 5 at the 48. Murray, time to throw. Has a man there at the sideline. That's a Okonkwo, as that moves the chains now down to the 42. Tennessee still all their timeouts. You don't need a touchdown here, so pretty much in field goal range at this spot. Murray, a deep drop back here, dumps it underneath, and Mika McFadden was going there to disrupt the ball carrier, as he almost could have came away with that on the interception, was not even ready for it, as Johnson didn't even react to the pass there on the check down, as that was incomplete. Now 2nd and 10, a sack here would be huge, as he'll dump that off for a Okonkwo. That goes for 2. Now 3rd and 8, and Xavier Thomas was chipped really well last time at left tackle. I think that's J.C. Latham. Now Murray taking a shot for the end zone, and that's caught by Roy McBride, the #1 overall pick. Murray took a shot for the end zone as the Titans take the lead here late. What a throw, what a catch by Roy McBride, the rookie receiver. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's Calvin Ridley, I guess. Was that Ridley down there? Either way, and that was Calvin Ridley. My mistake on that one. What a play. Murray taking the shot late in the game for the lead. And Ridley beats Max Melton over the top there. Melton has had a very good game in neutralizing Calvin Ridley here today. But that time Ridley gets the better of him. And that might be enough to take the win here in Salt Lake. As with this extra point, the Snowhawks now need a touchdown. 21-17. What a crazy game here from Snowhawk Stadium. What a turn that time. So 59 seconds for the Snowhawks here. And they start with a 1-yard rush from McDonald. Not going to do the job. Then incomplete. 3rd and 9. 8-yard rush from McDonald. So now it's a 4th down. They didn't call any timeouts, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, what is this late game management? Like, how are we calling no timeouts? Now 6 seconds, and just like that, the Titans came in here. This game is over. And the AI really has to be better at managing those late game situations. I don't know if it's better to slow sim, because I feel like I've had bad experiences in late game situations, you know, simming with the slow sim. But either way, the Titans come in here and steal a victory. Great resilience from our team. It was very bad early on, 14-0. Nothing was going our way, but fought back here in the second half. Our defense was phenomenal. Our offense finally, you know, started doing their thing, but not enough, as that deep strike from Kyler Murray to Calvin Ridley really sealed the deal. But some encouraging signs here between Caleb Patton, Darius Robinson there on the interior. Matthew Torrance was kind of all over the field there and on back end. So we have some nice pieces that we can build around going into this offseason. But now 4-6, we have 7 games left in this year 2 season. As here, we'll take a look at the box score before we head to San Francisco with our matchup with the 49ers. McDonald, another clean game for the most part. 18 for 26, 192, a touchdown and an interception. Completed 69%, just his 4th interception of the year. And 18 carries for Benson for just 34 yards. Less than 2 average. He did have a touchdown. And it doesn't show who fumbled earlier. I'm not quite sure why it doesn't show that. But we really need to try and get the running game going. I'm not quite sure how we do that. But Trey Benson just does not seem to be the answer. Really hoping he stepped it up here in year 2 of his career. Tony 6 for 77, a touchdown. And Marvin Harrison Jr., nothing here in the stat sheet. I think only 7 rushing yards on 2 carries. So he's been kind of blanked here in recent weeks, which is very uncharacteristic. No sacks allowed in this game. You like to see that. Tackles, 10 for Matthew Torrance. So as I said, he was all over the field. A tackle for loss. McFadden had 9 tackles, 7 for Maddox. 2 tackles for loss for McFadden and Wise Jr., 1 for Patton, Thomas, and Torrance. And then Patton and Wise Jr. had those sacks, no interceptions. Blankenship 1 for 1, 44 yards. Only 1 punt from Ariza, 1 return for Kitchens and Turpin each there. We're now here into Week 12. Our Snowhawks at 4-6, set to take on the 7-3 San Francisco 49ers from Levi's Stadium. But first, we have our first breakout scenario here in this franchise, and it says linebacker breakout. So I'm not quite sure. It's going to be Mika McFadden. What a story he's been. We signed him as a free agent. He was cut following the preseason with the Giants, and we jumped all over that. He's been out there a lot along there with Jack Gibbons, Isaiah Simmons as our linebackers. And he says, hey, coach, that felt like one of my best games I've had all year. I think it might be a turning point for me when it comes to getting better. And then Coach John Gruden responds, I've seen a lot of players in my day, and it certainly seemed like it. Use that game as the first step to becoming something greater and bring that same intensity this week. So John Gruden's feeling very nicey right now from Mika McFadden's play. McFadden says, of course, I'm going to be studying film all week, making sure I'm just as prepared as I was last game. I'll be ready, coach. So dev upgrade here for Mika McFadden as he now has the star development. You love to see that as he's bought into this system, and he's been playing very well. So get McFadden 6+ tackles and 1 sack, interception, or forced fumble. And will that give him the star dev, or he already has star dev? I guess we'll take a look at that real quick. We also will take a look at McDonald and Matthew Torrance, because both of them had upgrades there with their development. So where are we going? Middle linebacker here for McFadden. And so he does now have star dev, so I'm assuming that's going to hold despite what happens in his performance. So I wonder with that performance, will that make him superstar dev if he completes those goals? What was it, 6 tackles? He needed an interception, forced fumble, or a sack. Now Matthew Torrance, superstar development. It turned out he had -1 for morale right now. You don't like to see that, but he loved the superstar dev at just 21 years old. Drafted him in the second round, 36 overall. So right now all he has is recuperation. Players with this ability will recover from the effects of fatigue at an increased rate between plays. And at 80, we unlock another spot. And then at 85, another superstar ability slot there. So currently a 77 overall run support safety. And then coming over here to Lucas McDonald, drafted him 23rd overall. And he had the superstar X Factor dev. You absolutely love to see that. Right now his superstar X Factor ability is Blitz Radar. Successful quarterbacks stay cool and stand confidently against the blitz. You love that, especially for a rookie quarterback. When they enter the zone, all blitzing linebackers and defensive backs are highlighted, can be bluffed. So scramble for 10+ yards, check mark there. I'm not sure what those check mark or X's quite mean. Then for superstar abilities, he has spin cycle. Ball carriers with this ability have steerable spin animations, and then safety valve. Passers with this ability improve the catching prowess of all running backs who are open on pass plays. So maybe that kind of stands why Austin Eckler has had such a big impact now in the passing game. We'll get another ability slot here at 80, 85, and then 90. So Lucas McDonald, a superstar X Factor, 21 years old at quarterback, our franchise quarterback. And then we had Matthew Torrance there as well. And Mika McFadden now star dev at middle linebacker. And now with that, we'll get to a few player upgrades we have. And right now, Mika McFadden at the top of the list. And I think we might just stick to that field general archetype. That block shed and zone really his weakness right now. So I think we'll just stick with field general, keep putting that up as a fit in our defense. And that does give him +2 for block shed, +1 for man and zone. So you'd like to see that now up to 77 overall at 25 years old out of Indiana. And now Randy Samuel's 3rd round pick in this past draft has started every game so far for us at right guard. Did have that star development and that run block and pass block, each -1 right now. The power is certainly his weakness. So I think we'll just go agile here, just keep him happy. I feel like when you go outside their current fit, sometimes that'll give him a negative morale boost. And already with that pass block and that run block -1, we'll just keep playing into his agile archetype. But hopefully that power gets better as we go along, especially going into his 2nd and 3rd year with more experience under his belt. And Dark Forest, a free agent signing we made, and he really hasn't been out there much, which is why I think that morale is down. Maybe try and work him in a little bit more here down the stretch, but we'll just keep going into that scheme fit that he currently is. And then we get +2 there for play rec and pursuit, +1 for zone. And now Quan Beverly, an undrafted free agent who ended up making the roster after a good showing there in the preseason. 21 years old out of USC, has 66 overall for pass coverage with 89 speed acceleration, only 66 zone and block shed. So still a little bit raw as a prospect, but someone with that kind of gives us a skill set we don't have in our linebacking core with that coverage ability. So we'll keep just playing into that, as that gives him +2 for zone, +1 for man. And now here we have Jordan Walker, another undrafted rookie who made it in our linebacking core. We just kind of liked his skill set with that 83 speed and 78 strength, but he has seen some regression with that play rec, awareness, block shed, all at -1. So I think we want to give him some pass rush a little bit there off the edge, or even block shed. Maybe just keep playing into that run stopper, which I think we'll do for now, as we're going to get +1 block shed, +2 play rec, +1 tackle. Not much there from our linebackers, but 2 undrafted guys who were able to catch on and make it. So now we'll get into this game against the NFC West leading San Francisco 49ers. We are now here in Santa Clara, California, taking on the NFC West division leading San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers at 7-3, our Snowhawks at 4-6, as we've kind of slipped here in the second half of the season, but still 7 games left on the docket. We still have plenty of time to try and reach our 7-win season goal that we set back in week 1. But this 49ers team just star-studded throughout their lineup, on offense, on defense, a bunch of X factors that we're going to see out there on the field. But hopefully we can come in here, pull off the upset, and advance to 5-1 in the division on the year. A huge achievement, I think, coming into this game at 4-1 in the division, sweeping the Seahawks and Rams in our season series with them this season. But we are going to start this game by kicking it off here to the 49ers. They'll take over at the 30-yard line. We're going to go offense in this game, as Purdy starts with an incompletion, then -2 yards there for Brandon Ayuk, 3rd and 12, and incompletion. So a huge 3-and-out to start here for our Snowhawks on the road. Although a good punt that time, as that goes all the way down to the 15-yard line. But our Snowhawks offense already out here on the field. Not even a minute into this first quarter. Lucas McDonald leading the I formation on this one. He'll fake it to Benson. Whips it up the sideline. That's almost intercepted. It was going for Harrison Jr., who didn't get his eyes back to the ball. Hufanga knocks it down. Almost an interceptable pass, but goes harmlessly to the ground. Now 2nd and 10. Eckler the back. Underneath there for Mo Ali Cox. As he'll work ahead, just gets 7, 3rd and 3 now. Snowhawks try to avoid a 3 and out. Mo Ali Cox there motions out wide, then back the other way behind the running back there, swings out. And McDonald will dump it off there for Benson, and he'll get it ahead for the first down. Good play design that time. Kind of gets Mo Ali Cox some momentum as he works into his block there. And that sprung Benson free for the first down. Now McDonald to the sideline, that one incomplete. The pocket started to collapse there from the edges. Of course, Nick Bosa, one of the top pass rushers in the NFL, has a nice hit there for Marvin Harrison Jr. That one gets 29 up the sideline. Marvin Harrison Jr. was blanked last week. No catches on the day. You don't like to see that. Very uncharacteristic. Now directly under center, McDonald, a fake to Benson, and the play action leaves him open to the sack as a couple 49ers defenders get home that time. Going to be a 9-yard loss back into Salt Lake City territory. 2nd and 19, and definitely have to be prepared for San Francisco to be getting home to the quarterback here today, as good maneuvering that time for McDonald. Fires there, stepping up in the pocket off his back foot. A nice ball that time for Tony. Now 3rd and 4 from the 41. Harrison Jr. motions top of the screen, fake for Benson. McDonald on the move there, fires up the sideline, just fires that one away. So it's going to be 4th and 4 at the 41. And let's see what they do. And they do bring out the punt team here. I thought they might go for it or even try a field goal, but I guess a field goal a little presumptuous at this spot. But Matt Ariza, his first punt of the day, as that one goes for about just 18 yards or so out at the 23. So San Francisco back out there on offense. And a quick hit that time for Deebo Samuel, 21 yards. 10-yard penalty there against Jedrick Wills Jr. at left tackle. We were in a bidding war with the 49ers for him in the free agency. But, of course, he elected to go here to San Francisco. Now 2nd and 12. 8 yards there to Jennings. 4-yard rush from McCaffrey. So another 3rd and 8 now for San Francisco. An interception by Avonte Maddox. Our defense, a 3 and out to start. Then we get an interception. And we are clicking on defense right now. Great starting field position this time. Lucas McDonald and offense here at the 34-yard line. McDonald from the shotgun. Fires there for, I think that's Jahan Dotson, a 6-yard catch. McDonald looking poised so far, leading the Offensive Rookie of the Year award race right now in the NFC. That time off the play action has Tony, and Tony going to catch and run that into the end zone as Salt Lake City coming in here into San Francisco and making a statement early. The defense forces a turnover, and the offense promptly cashes in. Kadarius Toney, nice route that time, and it's a good poise from McDonald. He's really impressed here in his rookie season. Only 4 interceptions entering this game. And that one, I think, is 10th touchdown pass now of the season, as Rodrigo Blankenship on for the extra point. As he picks that one up, and it is good. 7-0 here, Salt Lake City. What a drive to start. Now the 49ers back out there on offense. 6-yard rush from Purdy. 11 yards to Juwan Jennings. 6 yards to George Kittle, his first catch. 7 yards to McCaffrey, now a first down. 10 yards, 2nd and inches. And 28 yards to Deebo Samuel down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal. And McCaffrey does pound that one in, I believe. The NFL's leading rusher in rushing touchdowns. Salt Lake City going to be back out there on offense as this first quarter does come to a close. Just 16 seconds remaining. Maybe a play or two will get off here. McDonald takes the snap. Good chip that time in the lane by Austin Eckler. And that allowed McDonald to get that from Marvin Harrison Jr. McDonald already over 100 yards. And that's exactly why you have Austin Eckler out there. Very good pass catching back, but the veteran moxie there to provide the block there in that blitz lane. Fred Warner was coming in hot, but Austin Eckler able to chip him, and that opened up Harrison Jr. for a big gain. Salt Lake City here showing out in San Fran, 7-7 at the end of the first, and we are currently driving. Now at the 49-yard line here to start the second quarter. On the drop back there, McDonald a quick one, as he'll dump that off for Ali Cox. That gets 3. McDonald now directly under center. As he'll get to Benson, one of his first touches of the day that gets 1. Our running game has really struggled, probably the biggest weakness of this team. We don't run it too much, but when we do, it is not pleasant. And I know we don't have the best run blockers up front, but still I don't think our running game should be as bad as it is, as that time McDonald off the fake. Leonard Floyd bursting in there off the edge untouched as he gets the sack. As I said, we have to be prepared to allow a few sacks in this game. Our offensive line just, not up to par with this San Francisco front. As Ariza touchback that time, San Francisco back with it. They'll start 9 yards there for McCaffrey, 8 yards to McCaffrey. 6-yard catch from McCaffrey. Now 2nd and 4 at the 44, 6 yards from McCaffrey. A one-man show on this drive so far. First down at the 50, they get 13 to Kittle. And then 19 yards to Juwan Jennings. Already his 4th or 5th catch so far. 1 yard for McCaffrey, 2nd and 9. They get 9 yards to Jennings, of course. Now 1st and goal at the 7. 5 yards to McCaffrey. And then another touchdown there for McCaffrey. So San Francisco has responded well after that slow start, as they now lead here 14-7. And our Snowhawks here at the 30-yard line. Let's see if we can get something on the board here. Close out the half strong. We do get the ball at halftime, which is nice. Over the middle there for Mo Ali Cox. Nice little stutter step hesitation there in stride, and he gets a first down. It'd be optimal here if the Snowhawks can leak the clock and get some points here. Don't allow San Francisco get another opportunity, as that one a misfire intended for Harrison Jr. Charvarius Ward, the top corner on this 49ers team, very well could be a target for us in free agency, as he might be the top corner on the market. And now McDonald scrambles, and he gets 15 that time. Nice rush. Now first down to 44 out of the I formation, go play action. McDonald, the man there at the sideline. That's Eckler. He hangs on through the hit, 6 yards. Correction, that was actually Kerry Blassingame, the sparsely used fullback. And now McDonald to the sideline. That time has Tip Ryman, as that goes for 7 on the first down. Nice timing. Salt Lake City back out there in the I formation, as they will fake it to Benson. Go over the middle of the field. Harrison Jr. open. That one for 20 yards. He makes the catch, as we will hit the 2-minute warning here. Salt Lake City keeping it interesting, I guess I should say, here in Santa Clara from Levi's Stadium. 14-7 49ers. We have a great division matchup here. Our only division win last year was to the 49ers, even though they were the division champs. We got swept by the Rams. And Seahawks, a nice pass there to the corner of the end zone, and that's knocked down. Nice touch under that one from McDonald, but a good play on it from the DB. And, I like McDonald. He's not scared to test it, and usually he provides some good balls in tight spots like that. And a 2nd and 10. McDonald trying to rework it, breaks a couple tackles up there, going up the middle, but still brought down for a loss. Going to be 3rd and 11. Yetur Gross-Matos there, the Penn State product, on the stop. And it'll be 3rd and 11 now at the 12. And a little too much time left on the clock here for the 49ers. As McDonald is just going to air that one up. Can we catch up to it? And that was Kadarius Toney trying to catch up to that air ball, and just out of his reach. So we are going to have to settle for a field goal attempt here. Going to be a 29-yard attempt here for Blankenship. And that one is good. So 14-10 now. San Francisco 108, all their timeouts. Plenty of time for them to strike. And a penalty there against Matthew Torrance doesn't help our case. And they get 5 yards to Samuel. 40 seconds left. They call a timeout. Incomplete. Now 3rd and 5. And they get 10 yards there to rookie tight end Carlos Morales. Now 30 seconds. They call another timeout. 21 yards to Jennings. This guy is tearing us apart. What a half a play for him. Now 13 yards for McCaffrey. So 4 seconds left. And they do get a field goal. So quick 2-minute drill that time from San Francisco, as it's now 17-10, a touchdown lead for the 49ers. And our Snowhawks will take over here at the 21 to start the second half. It's been a good game on both sides of the ball, but the 49ers just too strong at times. Hard to keep up with them. That time, good pickup that time from Brady Christensen on that blitz, and McDonald able to rush for 6. Now 2nd and 4, Harrison Jr. will get the touch pass here, trying to redirect, nothing doing. Closed off there by Fred Warner and Mustafa. Now 3rd and 6, don't want a 3-and-out to start the second half. Harrison Jr. in motion. Fake to Benson. McDonald trying to maneuver in the pocket. Going to run for it this time. And he will fight ahead for the first down. 7 yards just stopped after the line to gain. And he moves the chains here. Harrison Jr. there out wide. And they'll fake it to Benson, not really getting him involved at all. They'll swing that out for Tip Ryman for 6. Now 2nd and 4. And they will give to Benson this time. Nothing doing. The running game has been absolutely pitiful. I'm not really sure how to turn it around. 3rd and 4 here at the 30. I guess we could start with the offensive line. And then a good sack that time. That's Isaiah Adams allowing the sack that time. As we had to punt it, the 49ers now back with it. 2nd and 3 here. 9 yards to Kittle. 1st down. Another 12 yards to Kittle. Another 1st down. Now at the 50, they get 3 yards from Purdy. 2nd and 7, they get 12 yards there to Ayuk. 1st down at the 35. Incomplete. 27 yards to Jawan Jennings. 6 yards to McCaffrey. 2nd and goal. And McCaffrey, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the day. And they've been kind of flawless now after that slow start offensively with that 3 and out, the interception. As they've now pulled away in this one. 24-10 now, 2:49 remaining in the 3rd. Snowhawks back out there. Quick one there for Tony. And this will get 4. 2nd and 6 here. And they'll give back to Benson this time. Nice vision that time, gets 4. That makes it 3rd and 2, less than 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Only a 2-touchdown deficit, but you got to get one here soon. As Benson to the outside. Nice strong run that time. He gets 8. And then just over a minute left in the quarter. 24-10 49ers. Harrison Jr. there motions to the bottom of the screen. Fake to Benson. McDonald in the pocket. And that one a big misfire. Incomplete. Now 54 seconds remaining. McDonald takes the snap. Over the middle there for Mo Ali Cox. Nice catch there on the angle route. Gets 14. Now up to the 40 here in San Francisco territory. And they'll give it to Harrison Jr. there. Works out outside. Harrison Jr. up the sideline now. As that one goes for 18. Nice play design. And I think that will take us into the 4th quarter as it does. San Francisco up 24-10. A valiant effort here from our Snowhawks going up against, the Goliath here in the NFC West. But we're coming for them. 4-1 in the division this season. And I feel like, in a year or two, we're going to be legit contenders. And we're going to be vying for the supremacy here in the NFC West. But this one's still not over from Santa Clara. As we'll start here at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10 as this 4th quarter kicks off. Eckler there motions out wide. McDonald takes the snap. Fires for the end zone, and that's going to be knocked down for Fred Warner. Trying for Mo Ali Cox there in the back of the end zone. Doesn't get it to him. And now 2nd and 10. McDonald out there empty this time. As Benson there, the man in motion. He'll offer some pass protection, try and set up a screen, and they can't quite get it. Now 3rd and 10, they bring out the I formation. And they'll go with the run here on 3rd and 10. Benson finds a nice crease, a nice little juke there. And that'll get 12 yards. A surprising play call that time. And Benson, by far the best run he's had, only his 5th carry of the day. And we get the 1st down via the running game there on 3rd and 10. As we now have 1st and goal at the 10. McDonald gives back to Benson. Up the middle that time, closed off by Fred Warner. Now 2nd and goal at the 7. Mo Ali Cox. Again, the motion man. He swings out, but the give will be to Benson as he gets some space, and Benson down to the 2. Benson showing off some good vision here down the stretch. Is now 3rd and goal at the 2-yard line. Bring out the heavy set here with the I formation. They'll give to the fullback here, Kerry blasting aim, and he'll bring that into the end zone. I think maybe his 1st touchdown of the season. As I said earlier, sparsely used there, Kerry blasting aim, but it's nice to see him a touchdown recipient here as we are back, and it's still a one-possession game again. Although our defense will have to answer the call. It's been very tough for them as the San Francisco offense has really come alive here after the 1st quarter. As it's now 24-17 with the extra point, 8:51 remaining. San Francisco with it. The 1st sack of the game for the Snowhawks. Xavier Thomas gets home. A timely 1st sack as it's now 2nd and 16. And -2 to McCaffrey. A big 3rd and 18 here. And they get 15 to McCaffrey, but not quite enough for the 1st down. As they are going to punt it there from the 37. Now 6:54 remaining for the Snowhawks. As they trail by a touchdown. Going to start here. McDonald directly under center. 2 tight ends on the field. Both sit there, help out in pass protection, then go out on a route. But McDonald going to take it up the middle. As he'll be stopped there, short of the line to gain, but 10 yards. Good tackle there from, I think that was Fred Warner. And now 2nd and inches at the 30. And they will fake it to Benson. Bosa hit there on McDonald down the field. That's going to be knocked down. Another deep shot there to Tony this time. As on 2nd and inches, not playing around. But now 3rd and inches, need the first down. McDonald will fake it to Benson. And again, a shot over the middle has Harrison there in stride. That one gets 17 and the first. Fresh set now at the 47. And again, they'll go with Harrison Jr. on the touch pass here as he redirects, finds a nice lane, and he'll bring that for 9. I do like some of these play designs when they work at least. Now 5 minutes remaining in the game. 2nd and 1. Salt Lake City in San Francisco territory. They'll just dump that off the fake as Tony, a nice stiff arm, spins off a tackle and gets a couple, but more importantly, gets the first down. We do have a decision to make this upcoming offseason when it comes to our receivers, as Tony and Dotson, each with expiring contracts, probably would like to bring one of them back, but at that time Nick Bosa all over that as we try to get Harrison again on one of those sweeps. And that's going to go for a 2-yard loss. Now 2nd and 12. As McDonald out there empty, and that X Factor activated now for Bosa coming off the edge there. Man in motion. Then it's Benson. Nice chip there on Fred Warner trying to get the screen. And I don't think we've completed a single screen all season so far. No, 3rd and 12. Probably 4-down territory, you would think. McDonald on the drop back. As he has a man open, not going to need 4 downs. As Tony again, the open man, he gets 20. There's a fresh set of downs here for the Snowhawks, converting on these 3rd downs, these clutch 3rd downs. McDonald, tremendous poise and composure there as we hit the 3-minute mark left here in the 4th quarter. Going to fake it to Benson. McDonald, time to throw. Going to look to run for it and just runs into a closed pocket, as that's going to go for no gain, no loss. Out there empty this time, 2nd and 10. McDonald going to go to the sideline that time. That's almost intercepted. Miscommunication with Eckler. I don't think he was expecting that one. As we face another 3rd down here on this drive. That's the money down for us so far. 3rd and 10 here at the 25. McDonald sitting in the pocket. Going to run for it this time. And he's going to be just short. Going to be 4th and 1. The stop at that time, a great stop, and that will take us into the 2-minute warning. 4th and 1. Wonder what we're going to draw up here. A very good game here from Santa Clara. 24-17. A battle here between NFC West opponents. Last year, the Snowhawks did win one of these games, hoping to even it up this year as well, advance to 5-1 in the division. As we're going to go with the pitch here for Tony to the outside, and he gets the corner. Tony now will be brought down there at the 6-yard line. It was like a fake pitch, and then we pitched it to Tony coming the opposite way. And this playbook, very creative. You love to see those kind of hits. As Tony, the speed there to work the edge. As we now have fresh life, 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. And I was not expecting that one. Now McDonald going to step up, trying to work to the outside, but he's not going to get free. So he takes a big hit there from Leonard Floyd. And that will go for a few yards loss. As he takes a shot there from the former 1st-round pick there out of Georgia. Now 2nd and goal. Ollie Cox there in motion. And they'll give it to Benson as he works it up the middle. Nice gain that time, gets 8. Benson has been utilized here in those surprising down and distance situations. Now 3rd and goal, McDonald. Going to the right there, past Nick Bosa. Now going to try and run for it. McDonald dives into the end zone as he orchestrates a tremendous game-tying drive, penning the extra point here late. And the Santa Clara hostility here in San Francisco not faltering his abilities here. Nice read, as I've said throughout the season. Tremendous composure from our franchise quarterback, our rookie quarterback, as now Blankenship on for the extra point to tie it up. As that kick is up, and it is good. A fresh ball game here. Just before it was 24-10, and now we tie it up here. A 15-play, 78-yard drive, and we'll see if the defense holds up here. And San Francisco, 104 remaining, and they've been getting good hits in the passing game all day, as Dak Kitchens knocks that one away. 2nd and 10, excuse me, as they get 13 yards to George Kittle, 9 yards to Jennings. Now 15 seconds remaining, and we are going to go to overtime, but they get a 48-yard touchdown to Deebo Samuel as time expires. You got to be kidding me. You have absolutely got to be kidding me. 48 yards to walk it off here against the 49ers. There's absolutely no way. Just absolutely heartbreaking loss here on the road against, big brother here in the NFC West. But a tremendous effort from our Snowhawks nonetheless. Our offense battled all game. Our defense, they did their thing when they could, but still just an overpowering opponent here as we fall now to 4-7 on this year 2 season. Now just 6 games left to win 3 more, so we have to split our final 6 if we want to hit our season win goal of 7 wins. But a good one here in San Francisco. I still can't believe we lost on a 48-yard touchdown pass. I wish we could have watched that one. I was going to watch the game, defense and offense when it went to overtime, but we didn't even get that far. Purdy 23 for 29, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 79% completion. McDonald another decent game, 20 for 32, 223, 62 completion, a touchdown passing, a touchdown on the ground as well. And he was our leading rusher with 52 yards. Trey Benson 8 for 41, 5.1 yards per carry. I love that. A big step up from where he's been. Marvin Harrison Jr. 2 for 16. Blasting game had a touchdown run. And Kadarius Toney a 9-yard rush there on that first down conversion. Harrison Jr. 6 for 91. Toney 568 and a touchdown. Mo Ali Cox 4 for 36. And a lot of sacks allowed here. 2 from Isaiah Adams, 1 from Mays, Christensen, and Jonah Williams. But that is to be expected against such a good team. Tackles, Torrance led with 6. And Mika McFadden unfortunately didn't hit that goal as he had 5 tackles but didn't have an interception, a forced fumble, or a sack. Only 1 sack on the day there from Xavier Thomas. Tackles for loss, McFadden, Wise Jr., Robinson, and Isaiah Simmons. Avonte Maddox, his first interception of the year. Blankenship 1 for 1. Ariza, a decent day. And only 1 kick return there from Kitchens. Tough loss that time to San Francisco, but as I said, you got to be happy with the way our team performed. Really, fought back, stood tough there against a very tough NFC opponent. Maybe one of the favorites there in the NFC to make the Super Bowl. But we do have a few player upgrades here. We'll start with Jalen Thompson, the captain of our defense. Dispersal draft pick and a lot of negative morale points here. -2 there for zone, play rec, awareness, -1 for pursuit and man coverage. But we'll just keep going with that zone archetype. Keep that scheme fit there for our free safety. As he gets +2 pursuit, +1 there for tackle and zone. And now here's franchise quarterback Lucas McDonald, another upgrade here, as he does have that X-Factor superstar ability, but -2 for morale. I think -1 for team TMP. Is that team performance? I don't know if that's team performance, but -2 right now, medium and short accuracy, -1 for awareness and break sack, but I'm not really sure where to go with him. I think we want his accuracy to get a little bit better, which kind of prompts me to go field general. But as I kind of said, maybe this episode, last episode, I feel like when you go away from their current fit, that kind of messes with their morale. But we'll just go for it. We'll try field general. And, it didn't have any negative impact on him, so that's good to see. And he gets +3 throw under pressure, +1 throw accuracy, short and mid, and a new ability spot. And that's going to be jukebox. So ball carriers with his ability have steerable juke animations. So he has the juke and the spin. So this dude is just going to be a nasty ball carrier now, up to an 80 overall. And he's had a tremendous rookie season, really in line, I would think, for Rookie of the Year. And speaking of rookies, here's Cortez Bibbs. I think he was a 4th-round pick out of Penn State. Really haven't gotten him involved much at all, but more so just a depth tight end at this point. We're going to really try and upgrade this position in the offseason. But for now, I think we'll just go possession, go with our scheme fit. As it did boost his morale, I think. It was -1 there, and then that went away. +2 catching traffic, +1 medium and short route. And now we have Garrison Jones here, another late round pick. I think he was one of our 7th rounders, maybe a 6th rounder. And he has -1 there for man and zone. So like with him, I think we'll go slot actually. We need a guy to kind of emerge as our slot corner. So we'll just put that there. +3 for zone, you like that. +2 awareness. As that's going to do it here for upgrading players. And we are going to have to set our focus scouting here. But first, looking at news there at the top right, Jonathan Coachman says, right tackle Delvin Barner continues his push up my rankings. Feels like each week his tape looks more impressive than the last. And I really only wanted to bring that to your attention because Barner, definitely someone we're going to consider with one of our first-round picks. We do have 2 first-round picks, and we're certainly going to go tackle with one of them, it looks like. And Barner looks to be maybe the top tackle in this year's class. And then Matthew Berry says, feels like teams think that Vanderbilt was just a bad fit for 5-star tight end Jared James. I have heard several coaches are very interested. So Jared James, a former 5-star tight end prospect who went there to Vanderbilt, but I guess it hasn't been the best going for him. But As I said, we are going to have to set our super focused scouting. And I was looking around a little bit offline at who I wanted to put this on. Last year, one of the players we did was Matthew Torrance, who we did end up selecting at 36 overall. But here's Delvin Barner, who we were just talking about. Top 5 projection. Currently an A awareness, A for run block, D pass block, though. And I tend to shy away from tackles who have a D for pass or run block here, especially in the top 5. But look at those athletics. Elite to great for acceleration, agility, and speed. Great to good for change of direction jumping, and good to solid for strength. And otherwise, A run block, B pass block finesse, A lead block. With that D pass block and run block power, pretty big blemishes, but seems to be a very athletic offensive tackle. And based on what Jonathan Coachman tweeted out, he is improving each week. But we're not really going to talk about our board at this point. We're going to talk about players we want to set our super focused scouting for. So we are going to have 3 players that we could choose. And I think we're going to go on the defensive side of the ball. Although here's that tight end they were just talking about, Jared James. And tight end is a need for us. Right now he only has C catch in traffic. Looks like the athletics aren't anything special. And just B pass block, D spec catch, C short route. So I don't know. I think having a story on the draft news like that, I think that might signify he has like hidden development. But I don't think that's 100% accurate. But other tight ends we're kind of targeting here: Ben Murray, Damon Curley with our first round picks. Both, local guys to Salt Lake City. Curley from Arizona State, Ben Murray here from in-state in Utah. And they look to be very similar across the board, very similar athletically, size-wise as well. So I think 2 very good tight ends at the top of the board, but we need to figure out who we're going to scout. And for offensive tackle, we have our national scouting focus on that. So most of these guys we're going to have like 100% scouted by the time the draft rolls around. Not the same case here for the interior line. A few guys here at center we're targeting, but I think interior line we could probably upgrade in free agency, bringing a guy in that spot, and then maybe in the draft focus on getting a tackle, as it really comes between Delvin Barner here, as we talked about, and we already have him 85% scouted, so no need to scout any tackles here in our super focused scouting. They're already going to be fully there. And then Mitch Floyd, who I think traits-wise is better than Barner. He has C pass block, A run block, A for awareness and impact block. Definitely not as good of an athlete as Barner, but not shabby at all. Definitely above average as an athlete at offensive tackle. But that pass block power going to be a D or an F. But he is a better pass blocker than Barner and has better run block power as well. So it's going to be interesting. It's probably going to come down to those 2 guys at who we select with one of our first round picks. But there are other options if either of them don't get to us at our spot, because it's very up in the air still at where we're going to be drafting. These next few games are going to do a lot at determining our draft position. It looks like a strong D tackle class, but not necessarily the biggest need for us. I think all 3 of these guys at the top, Jabari Simmons, CJ Daniels, and Tanner Ellsworth, are going to be quality D tackles. Probably even Roy Matthews and Chris Mack here as well. Going over to linebacker. Not many off-ball linebackers in this draft. A lot of just power rushers, speed rushers. Devon Williams was someone I kind of liked physicals-wise. I think I remember. Elite to great for acceleration, change of direction, speed, and then solid to decent elsewhere. A for block shed and pursuit. So pretty good there for a run stopper. Not going to offer much as a power move or finesse move, but a day 3 guy we might consider. I don't know if I want to spend the super focused scouting on him around 3 to 4 projection. And then we have the middle linebackers here. A very weak linebacking class overall. Here's Stan Snowden. He had a story on him saying that he was one of the tougher football players in the nation, I think. Something along those lines. B pursuit, but just D power move. But he is a speed rusher, so that finesse move you would think is at least a C or a B, but I don't think we need to use our super focused scouting on a early round pass rusher. Dom Gilmore here at a UTEP, another guy who had a draft story. He did get hurt, so he's missing a lot of time here in season, but B pursuit, C hit power, D finesse, D man coverage. Nothing overpowering as a athlete. So I think we might use some here on a middle linebacker. I'm not sure who, though. All of these guys 40% scouted. So it would make sense. We're not going to super focus scout someone on the offensive tackle like we said when they were like 85% scouted. Maybe corner here. Chris Whitworth, top 5 corner projected. C catching, B man, D press, A to C zone. Looks to be a solid athlete, but nothing, like elite as you would maybe expect from a top end corner prospect. But I really would like to use that first pick on an offensive tackle, that second pick maybe on a corner. I think that would be our dream draft scenario this year. Nick Goddard, DeAndre Weber, and Donovan Davis here, all at 60%, so we don't really need to use anything on them. And then we have Nathan Scruggs here and Jeff Underwood, both at 50. So I think those guys, naturally, we're going to uncover more scouting from them. And then we have Chris Whitworth here, who is behind them at 45%. So I think it might make sense to fully scout Chris Whitworth, get him on our super focused scouting, and, just uncover here, see what we're working with when it comes to the top corner in this year's draft. Now looking at safeties, and Earl Riddick was probably the first player this draft cycle to have a draft story about him. And it was a positive one, forget exactly what it said, but B tackle here to start for his zone safety, B block shed, B pursuit. So it's pretty good for his own safety. He kind of says, he can play the run a little bit. That D man coverage, wish it was a little bit better. But I don't think safety necessarily one of our bigger needs. But at the same time, I kind of do like going best player available. And Riddick, I think, is going to have hidden development just because of that draft story about him. So I think Underwood, and then maybe linebacker we look at. Interior line, I don't think we really need to spend resources there at this point. But I just don't know where else to go. Tight end we have pretty much scouted quite well. Because I think we're going to end up maybe with one of these options, Murray or Curley, if we don't go corner in that first round. Then we have another good option down here in Damon Richter, Drummond, and maybe even Jared James, who just had that draft story on him. I wouldn't think running back, but this player down here, Sean James out of Hawaii, had a draft story about him. And I think we could stand from drafting a late round running back. The athletics don't look anything special though. D ball carrier vision, D trucking, C awareness, C spin. So the traits don't look like anything, that great, nor does the athleticism. So I think we'll pass on Sean James, even though he did have a good draft story about him. I kind of want to go someone maybe on the D line. Titus Springs looks like a solid guy who would be a D tackle in our scheme, but not the biggest need. So I think we will maybe go over to linebacker, check out those middle linebackers. Don't really want to waste it on any of these day 3 guys. Got Chris Mack around 2 to 3 D tackle. I'd rather use it on a guy, in the middle rounds who we're not going to have as much scouting on. And I like his skill set here. C block shed, finesse, and then B power move. So very well-rounded, 21 years old. Great to good for acceleration, agility. Elite to great for jumping. Good to solid speed and strength. And a very good skill set already with that B awareness. And then let's see, block shed, finesse move, as we said, B power move. So I do like Chris Mack. He has gone down 7 on the board this season so far. But as, a late day 2 guy, I think he's someone that we could maybe take a look at. And then at linebacker, I'm just not really sure. Not going to probably go with a guy in the first round, which kind of leads us down here. And we did talk about Devon Williams earlier, kind of like him a lot with that run stopper archetype. He looks to have very good athletics as well. And then we had Ellerby down here, pass coverage. And he gets C, pursuit, A zone. Not as good of an athlete, but not bad. C, player X, C, pursuit, but F, hit power. That's kind of a big detriment, even though he is a pass coverage linebacker. Now going over here to middle linebacker, we have 4 guys we're currently targeting. The top guy here, Tyler Drew, round 2 to 3, run stopper. 6'4", 255, absolute unit there with B tackle. Great to good for jumping agility, good to solid speed and strength. C-man coverage, A impact blocking. Decent traits to start out here for Tyler Drew. And then we have Jerry Sexton here from Washington. He is a scheme fit with that field general B zone coverage. 6'3", 226, solid athlete across the board with elite to great strength, speed. B catching, C man, C play rec, B zone coverage. So very good coverage ratings from a field general linebacker. We like that to start off. Then Trevante Hillhouse here out of Stanford, B block shed, only D pursuit though. Not as good of an athlete as the other guys, but he does have elite to great speed with A awareness, B block shed, B power move. So he kind of counters that poor pursuit with good power move, good block shed. Someone who can get after the passer a little bit. And then J.D. Ross here from Texas A&M, D block shed, C coverage. So 2 poor rankings there to start. But he is a coverage guy. And he does have that A man coverage, B hit power. So I like him a little bit better than the other coverage guy we had here at left outside linebacker, Ellerby. Even though Ellerby is rising up the board, plus 33. So I think we'll go with that D tackle. And then one of these linebackers, I do like Sexton here as a field general, a scheme fit. I think he's a little bit more well-rounded than the other guys so far, but we don't have that block shed or any of his power moves. Whereas Trevante Hillhouse here, that B block shed, but D pursuit. And Tyler Drew, I feel like just being the top linebacker in the class here at round 2 to 3, we probably should uncover him as well. So I think we'll go Drew, that D tackle that was over here in round 2 to 3. So we'll double up in that vicinity of the drafts. Maybe work a trade up there in the late 2nd round if we can. We're going to have a ton of draft picks. We'll have 13 draft picks, I think. But I think more than half of those on day 3. So we're going to be able to work some packages maybe and trade up at points in the draft. No one really here at right outside linebacker I want to check out. So it really comes down to Drew or Sexton here at middle linebacker. I think we'll just go with Sexton for now. We could always do Drew later when we have our individual workouts. So yeah, I think we'll go with Chris Mack here out of Auburn. We've been kind of going heavy on the Auburn players. We'll go Jerry Sexton here out of Washington. And then we'll scout Chris Whitworth, 4th on the overall board right now, top corner in the draft out of Buffalo. And with that, we'll call today Chris Whitworth, Jerry Sexton, and Chris Mack. We're going to be playing a close eye to them, sending our scouts out to watch them in action. So now we have a matchup here at Houston. They're 6-5. We're going to go ahead and just advance this game, simulate this one, and move on to week 14. And we'll end this episode 12 games into our season. Next episode, we'll have a full matchup here against the Washington Commanders, who we did have our first win in franchise history against. But first, we'll take a look at this box score as we fell 42-20, and our Snowhawks now at 4-8 on the season. I think we've now dropped like 3 in a row. 3 in a row, and 6 of our last 7. So it has not been good for our Salt Lake City Snowhawks, but we've been competitive in some games here. CJ Stroud, 4 touchdowns, 353 passing. McDonald, 248, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Rushing, he had 38. 7 for 31 was Benson. Eckler had a touchdown. Kadarius Toney, 7 for 74. Harrison, 6 for 69 and a touchdown. Eckler, 4 for 46. His receiving impact has really been coming alive. Dotson, 3 for 44. No sacks allowed. You like to see that. 10 tackles for Elijah Jones. No tackles for loss. No sacks. No interceptions. Blankenship, 2 for 2. Hit from 47. Only 1 punt. A couple returns. Nothing crazy there. So we do fall there against the Texans. And now we're on to our final 5 games here in this year 2 season. But we have to win 3 of them to hit our season win goal. And we do have a couple more upgrades here that we'll get to. Matthew Torrance, rookie out of Auburn. We've been kind of just playing into that run support archetype. But he's so well balanced, we really could go any direction. I think we'll just continue going with that, though. Keep him in that scheme fit. He's now up to a 78 overall, just -1 there for morale. As he gets +3 play rec, +1 for man coverage. Now on to Jahan Dotson. He's been solid throughout his course here. As a Snowhawk, we'll just go playmaker. Well, that does negate his morale a little bit more for whatever reason. And I think looking at contracts, we did say that it's going to come down to Dotson and Toney. I think Dotson has no interest in re-signing, but Toney did have a good amount. So I think Toney we're going to try and bring back as our number 2. Maybe try and upgrade our number 2 if it presents itself there in the offseason. Now here's Ben Amaro. I think he was a 5th-round pick here out of Buffalo. A very good preseason, but really just riding the pine so far in his rookie season. But we'll keep trying to get that pass rush up, go speed rusher here, but that block shed really does need a lot of work. But we do get +3 here for block shed, +6 for power move. Quite the jump in those spots. And now we'll just get a quick look here at the playoff bracket. Our first look here in this year 2 season. Currently leading in the AFC is the New York Jets in Aaron Rodgers, like age 42, 43 season, as he's currently a 73 overall, but the Jets have been killing it. Last I checked, they were 9-2. The San Francisco 49ers currently the top seed in the NFC, followed by the Eagles, Cowboys projected to play in the wild card round. That would be something. Vikings, Lions, another in-division matchup there. And then Tampa Bay and Green Bay. Battle of the Bays down by the bay where the watermelons grow. In the wild card AFC, Chargers, Steelers, then Ravens, the defending champs here against Kansas City, and then Houston against Buffalo. And then to close this episode, I did just want to take a quick look here at our coaching tree, take a look here at John Gruden, our abilities as we've been using them so far. So we haven't done anything for staff modifications, offensive development. We haven't really touched. Kind of went in more so with the defensive development here to start, but more so we've been going heavy here for player personnel. Not so much last season, but this season really pouring into here as we think we're going to be very active in free agency. Well, maybe not very active, but I think there are going to be some more tempting options on the market to target this year. So hopefully we can cash in. We have so much cap room. We're going to have like 200 or close to 200 million in cap room. So that's obviously ample amount to make a splash and fill some holes on this team. So I think that's what we have to think about at this point. On the offensive recruitment side, we can open up wide receivers or tight ends, increase the likelihood of a tight end signing with us, which I do like. I think both Kyle Pitts and Mark Andrews set to hit the open market. So if Kyle Pitts, is out there, I think he's someone we'll definitely take a run at. So I think we'll purchase that on the line, increase the likelihood of tight end signing through free agency. Wide receivers we might go for, but not quite yet. Now over here at defense, we can go with outside linebackers or middle linebackers. And I think for now we'll just go outside linebacker because you can always get an off-ball linebacker or maybe even a pass rusher at that spot, so you can kind of double up there. So that leaves us with 16 points for now. We're going to gain a little bit more as we go along here. For this season, I think we're going to go heavy into the recruitment here. And then once the season turns around into next year's preseason, that's when we're going to start going heavy for offensive and defensive development and really start trying to develop these guys we brought in and drafted into our program. But this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. Thank you so much for watching. It was a fun episode. We didn't really get the results that we wanted, but as I've said, our team played well, and I'm really proud of our efforts so far. At 4-8, we've already matched our win total, from last season, but definitely need to get at least a couple more. Ideally, we hit our season win goal of 7 wins, but I don't know how realistic that is at this point after losing, 6 out of our last 7. So, as always, everybody, it's been real, and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.